His phone buzzed, and he pulled it from his pocket, praying it was work. He could use some adrenaline and action to take his mind off Madison and spice up his night. Instead, he found a text message from Casey, his latest friend with benefits. As usual, she didn't beat around the bush.
Rain turns me on. Let's fuck.
Normally, he would. In fact, since news of Madison's engagement to Senator Winston Pershing's grandson, Todd, had splashed across newscasts and social media, Matt hadn't turned many offers down. A hookup at a bar here and a sexy sleepover with a neighbor there? Why not? A blind date? A flight attendant? A random quickie at the grocery store? Check, check, and check. Hell, he'd even nailed a former client, a gym pal's little sister, and Madison's high school nemesis. He'd totally been game for that. When he'd met Casey at a community food festival and they'd gotten to talking about mutual acquaintances, she'd pointed out he had already fucked 2 of her friends. They'd apparently left with smiles, and she wanted some of that for herself. At the time, the arrangement had seemed perfect. After 2 weeks, he wasn't interested anymore. He could no longer avoid the terrifying truth anymore. No one measured up to Madison and the way she made him feel. The picture of the suite they'd shared that infamous weekend, bed wrecked and champagne bottle empty, was proof. He still stared at that image nearly every fucking day. Dude, she isn't coming back. Move the fuck on. Good advice, especially since he was pretty sure that any day now he'd be hearing about Madison being knocked up by that stuffy blue blood. God, Matt felt like a stupid ass, because the thought of her in bed with the entitled prick made him homicidal. He really should get laid. He just didn't want to. Not by Casey. Not by anyone else he could think of. Only Madison. How the fuck had she ruined him in a mere 48 hours and made it last 3 goddamn years? Unfortunately, Matt knew the answer. He shouldn't risk tempting fate again. Sighing, he grabbed a beer, downed half of it, then headed back to the window. She was out there, somewhere, probably at some pompous $30,000-a-plate fundraiser, rubbing elbows with people who would look down on him for making a living by his gun. Fuck them. And fuck her. Whether he wanted to or not, he was going to fuck Casey tonight. Retrieving his phone, he started to type out a response when he suddenly heard a tap at his window that startled the hell out of him. He reared back, then saw a face on the other side of the glass. Ball cap, sunglasses, baggy t-shirt plastered to a slight frame. No distinguishing features or tattoos. At first glance, it looked like a teenage boy, but the face had a softness. Smooth, fair skin, gracefully arched brows, a delicately sloped jaw, and huge eyes. Why the fuck would this kid be out in the pouring rain after 10 o'clock at night? Hell, why would he avoid the covered porch, choosing to tap on the window instead of knocking on the front door? No kid would, unless there was trouble. Matt unlocked the window and raised it a fraction, aware of his gun a mere split second from his grasp. Yeah.
Matt?
That trembling voice. Not a boy at all. Definitely a woman. One he knew. No, that was impossible. It couldn't be. But a second glance had him reconsidering his assessment. Holy shit. His heart crashed inside his chest. Madison? She gave him a shaky nod, then looked behind her as if she expected the boogeyman to jump her.
I'm sorry to barge in.
You're not. He threw the window wide open, cursing the screen between them. If she was here, hiding in his bushes and disguising herself to approach his house late at night in the rain, something was terribly wrong. What's going on?
I need help, and I didn't know anyone else I could trust.
She swallowed, and he saw the abject terror on her face.
My husband is trying to kill me.